Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to your spiritual well-being. Okay, so I have uploaded Activation 2, which is the Microcosmic Orbit Activation. This is going to complete the electrical circuit around the meridians of your body, so please check out that video. I'll link it here. So, hope you're doing well today. Look, we are in store for some big astrological changes coming up. So I'm just saying, prepare yourself. There are going to be some big movements in the planets. I do know that there are going to be like 5 planets in water signs. We're going to have the planet parade on the 25th. I think there's a comet that's coming visible in the northern hemisphere on the 10th or 12th or 13th. Lots of things happening in the skies. So just brace, brace, brace. That's all I can tell you for right now. We'll talk about the astrology and then we will go right into the tarot and get some good guidance for you today. All right, so for the astrology for today, we do have the Sun in Capricorn, which is squaring Chiron in Aries. Anytime the Sun squares Chiron, I feel it. And usually this is like a triggering event or a painful crisis or event. And this one is going to leave you feeling kind of disrespected. So your antidote to that is going to apply more authority. Don't. Because the more you try and push and control the situation, the more painful it's going to be. So the best approach is just self-control and acceptance. Just accept what it is, feel and process the pain, come to the understanding of why pain is associated with this event, and then give the intention that you're going to heal that pain. So that's one of the aspects that you need to watch out for today. We also have Mercury entering Capricorn. So this could be a shift in energy. Mercury is a quick moving planet and it is entering the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn being an earth sign, you may feel a little bit more grounded. Mercury to me is a sign of this planet of communication and decision making. So I think this would be a great opportunity to have a cogent or courageous conversation that could be linked to this painful event, but also a very grounded, practical approach to decision making. Mercury is also squaring the South Node in Libra and the North Node in Aries. So, yeah. The nodes are going to shift. That's one of the alignments that are going to shift. They'll be shifting soon for the next 18 months. They will be in different signs, and that's going to have some serious implications on the energy that we are experiencing. So I just wanted to highlight those things, give you a heads up, because you're going to feel the shift in the energy today. But let's get into the tarot. I will prepare the space, and for the next 33.3 seconds, if you would, I invite you to engage in some breath work in order to get centered, get grounded, connect with self so that you can feel the resonance of what parts of this message are meant for you. Okay, let's start off. The decks I will be using today are behind me on the shelf. I will be using the Herbiary Oracle by Mia Toll. I will be using the Enchanted Blossoms by Carla Morrow, and one of my favorite decks, the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. All right, let's get started on this, the Herbiary. Very organic, earthy energy for me in this combination of decks. If this combination of decks resonates strongly with you, it might be an indication from Spirit that it's time to get a personal reading. So please let me know. My email is in the description box. All you have to do is email me and I'll schedule it for you. Pocket of Protection, Yarrow, or Yarrow, however you like to pronounce that. It is, I'm going to read in the book because I'm seeing these like almost like knight and shining, or the knight of armor, and it's almost like the gloves. So something is like putting up your armor as a form of protection. And I feel like that's what's going to happen when you get triggered by this painful crisis or event. I think you're going to kind of like put up all of your defenses, put up your armor. Let's see. In older times, Yarrow traveled with warriors. While her official job was staunching wounds, keeping the insides in and the outsides out, her presence brought bravery to the soldiers she kissed. Today, she has much the same task. Yarrow assists you in keeping your boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. She creates personal pockets of protection so you can slow down, gather your strength, and find your courage for that courageous conversation. Yarrow reminds you that boundaries are not just for keeping the outside from coming in, but for also keeping yourself from leaking out, letting thoughts and emotions run rampant in the world. Yarrow will create a bubble of protection, a bit of sacred space within which you can regroup, regenerate, and recreate yourself. That's beautiful energy. So this is all about setting appropriate boundaries. When I went to reach for the next deck, this card came out. It's a Four of Voices. This is all about, Four of Swords is all about kind of going within, rejuvenating, restoring, and recreating. So give yourself that personal sacred space. So that was definitely a message. Let's see what the Enchanted Blossoms have to say. The only card I saw in the pre-shuffle was the Fool card. New beginnings. That's another card of courage. So there is a courageous energy in the reading today, in the energy that I'm picking up on. So let's see what comes through in the Enchanted Blossoms. Aspirations. And the flower is the Mountain Pink. Just so happens I put pink flowers in my little vase today. All right, so yeah. I feel like we definitely need to put a golden bubble around us to kind of give ourselves this sacred space so that when you have this painful event or crisis, you are going to be able to kind of keep everything within the self-control, not react, not overreact, not become very emotional. That's what that Yarrow message is to keep your emotions and everything safe and secure and contained so that it's not bubbling out everywhere and creating even more drama. So just be prepared for something today, at least within the next 48 hours. This may come up and you may just, need to kind of, I don't want to say suffer through it, but you may need to kind of experience the pain, examine what's causing it, why is this pain being triggered, and then also keep everything kind of intact. You don't allow somebody's negative energy to creep into your bubble, and don't allow your emotions to bubble out or leak out all over everybody. This is a time to kind of keep everything close to the chest, close to the breast, or close to the vest, whichever phrase you use. But this is a time for you to go within and be happy with self today. See how she's just kind of laying back, maybe, soak in a tub with a few rose petals, something to just kind of keep yourself calm, keep your spirit contained today. All right, let's see what goes on in the Muse Tarot. Six of Voices. More Swords energy. This is a day of, it's Mercury energy with all of those thoughts. Now we have the Five of Emotions. That's kind of that painful event or experience where you're going to feel disrespected. You're going to feel disrespected. You're going to feel as though somebody is just not even considering how you perceive the situation, how you feel about it, or what you think about it. I think there's a lot of thought energy going around, and maybe not so much consideration. Now we have the Six of Materials. We have a lot, we have 2 sixes, 4, 5, 6, and then we have the Five of Materials in the reverse. So we have 2 5s and 2 6s and 1 4. Queen of Voices. And the World card in the reverse. All right, bottom of the deck, Four of Emotions. We have the Four of Swords, Four of Emotions. I get the energy from this that there is going to be a great disappointment where you are going to feel disrespected. You're going to feel as though nobody else is willing to validate your feelings or your thoughts about a particular incident. This could be a reoccurring incident. I'm just getting a message from my guides. It may not be a new event or situation. This may be a revisit of something that is still lingering, and it needs to be cleared up. But again, protection bubble. And we want to keep the outside out and the insides in. That's the mantra of today. Keep the outside out and the insides in. And I really feel like that's how we're going to navigate. Now, this card is another card of courage. So this is, my guides are saying, have courage to hear what needs to be said. Somebody wants to express an opinion or a thought or some sort of energy directed at you today, and have the courage to listen. Have the courage to just hear them out. That does not mean you have to succumb to that energy. It does not mean that what they said is truth, but it is truth to them. That's the courage part, is to be able to hear a contradictory truth or perception that is not aligned with your truth or perception. But you can have that courageous conversation and be willing to hear them out. It does not mean you have to accept their truth or perception. It does mean that you will demonstrate self-control and emotional mastery if you hear them out without reacting. That's the key. Even though it's going to sting, it's going to hurt, it's going to trigger, you're not going to react, and therefore you're going to demonstrate some subtle authority by not reacting. But if you come back at them trying to push your perception, your truth on them, it's just going to create conflict, and it's going to escalate the situation. The best thing to do is just accept what they have to say as their truth and their perception. That's what I have. This Queen of Swords is discernment. And the Queen of Swords is like looking over the situation saying, you know what? I don't have to accept what doesn't resonate with me. And then we have the World card in the reverse. If you react with a bitter tongue, somebody who is not disciplined and self-controlled in the way they communicate, remember Mercury, the sign of communication, if you escalate this situation, it's going to recycle this drama, this trauma. It's going to start another cycle of this karmic cycle that you need to learn this lesson. The lesson here is keep the outside out and the inside in, but you can listen. Okay. I think that's, with this Four of Emotions, we've got 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 4s. This is like a disappointment. It's almost like you can't believe they see things that way. Under this card was the 9 of Emotions. And this is that overthinking, overanalyzing, you know, running it through your mind over and over and over and over and over again. And you're just stirring up the pain. It's not solution finding at all. The solution here is to just accept what they have to say as their truth and their perception. Doesn't mean you have to believe it. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope this goes well for you. Please let me know in the comments. And if you wouldn't mind doing a girl a favor and hitting that subscribe button, liking this video to help me out with that algorithm. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, namaste. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribing to my channel, and your very kind comments. I hope you found this video helpful. Please check out my other videos for other messages that will help you enhance your spiritual well-being. I'm Elle, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, my dear friends, namaste.